Phoenix. Have I been asked by Phoenix? Hello, hello. We in? We're in. Ready to rumble. Phoenix, I know you're there. You're gonna be the first person to click on the thing. Yeah, we even changed the word of the day. Yes, you indeed, Phoenix. You can blame it on husbando. He was playing Warframe. He was like, "Let me finish this level, and I'll set up your stream." So, yeah, yeah, Hmm? Sure. Why are you making such weird words? Such useful words. Alrighty. We are making Koji many ways. Hold up. I need to pin a message to the top. And I don't know why it doesn't work on my, can you,
You want?
I need to put a message in the chat. Pin a message.
Does it need to be on Twitch? Or can it be done now?
It should be able to be done here. It just doesn't work on the pin. Onion, garlic, ginger, mushroom, cocoa.
Felix, it's funny because if you said to me red live, I said, you're absolutely right. Well, okay, we call it Natchan time in the household. It's just an additional 10 minutes to whatever it says, at least.
Oh my god.
Do it on Twitch.
Okay,
This is why it
then.
always does it on this. I don't understand why, because you should be logged in.
I have to retype the whole thing.
Oh, that's your problem, eh? You want to fight? You want to think
Yes,
about that?
I do. You've caused enough of a fight today.
Fight. You want to pass that councillor phone number every few minutes? And the bracket. Okay.
There we go. Manually unpinned or end of stream. Yeah, that one. There we go.
Better get back to the kitchen.
Fuck off. Okay. We have a pinned message. We are here. Told you anyways. Yes, I literally saw the thing pop up on my watch and I was like, you're like half at my ass. I'm like, I'm literally starting. I'm waiting right here. Waiting for husband to start the stream. He was playing Warframe, Phoenix. So in a roundabout way, it was your fault that the stream was delayed. Have you guys had a good sesh today? Me just wash my hands. Yes. We were meant to be we literally just got home at 3 and I was like, we're not starting immediately. So I was like, push half an hour and then yes, we're gonna make some fun kojis today. I'm gonna make huge amounts per one. I also need to be able to use it all in like a reasonable amount of time. So we've actually got a slightly different format of koji today. We've got this It's more raw, like more less dried. I take no responsibility for you not getting our piece every time. It's getting there. It's getting there. We're thinking potentially we're thinking of going to Korea anyway next month as a little holiday. And thought maybe parts would be cheaper in Korea. Um, but yes, this is the Koji that we're using today. I don't know if you can see up close. I'll get it out of the package to see so you can see, but it is um not fully dried. It's kind of still half alive. I mean, Koji is alive anyway, but it's more fresh than plain Jane. Um, the the stuff that I usually use. So let's get out some containers for use. I need to also figure out jars because we have many jars. We just need to get them out. As we have jars galore in here. Ooh, one jar. I feel like you're gonna be too small. That's probably too big. Are you good? Also probably too big. I feel like I don't have like well-sized jars for what we're about to do. Got two good-sized jars, two big jars, and then I need at least one more glass. Come on. Just raiding my mother's jar collection. I feel like that's gonna be too small. We'll see. We'll see. We have jars for cold stream straight through phone without the overlays and other bells and whistles. No excuse. Hush, Phoenix. I'm trying to lay blame on husbando. Yeah, we don't need a logic. Right. Here is our Koji. We are going to um gently disinfect um our bowls and things, just so we have a good base to start with. Um, we're streaming straight through on the phone. This is jank. Just giving this little clear down. Are we making dinner after Koji? Most likely. Although I'm not currently feeling like dinner because I'm still feeling lunch sitting quite heftily in my stomach. So we may prep dinner and maybe not make dinner. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I will make something Koji related if we do make dinner though. Dinner chicken salad. To be fair, I have some chicken in the freezer I could cook up. Do we have any fruit? Do we have any fruit? I don't have any apples. That's kind of a large proportion of ingredients we probably don't have. I feel like I can procure nuts. I have olives, egg, chicken. Chicken's in the freezer. To be fair, dinner may also just be leftovers. To be fair, I'm going to make some gyoza slash shumai things because I have mince and wrappers that need using. So that will be dinner. We'll do koji and then I'll do dumplings. It's literally just a Natchan classic today. Just nothing new. Just the same old, same old. We're gonna get like all the things I can do with my eyes closed. Kind of. Where are my scales gone? One here, but I don't like these ones. I like the other ones. We have two sets of scales and they're like basically identical, but I like one more than the other. Yes. Such. Okay, I'm gonna have to use these ones. Where are my other ones? But anywho, we are going to start by. There should be 200 grams in here, so I'm going to make 50 grams of each of our fun Kojis. Just like a puff of smoke came out when I opened this packet, for better or worse. Delicious. Just gonna de- decount this. Okay, turns out we have 214 of this stuff. As you can see, you should have heard him earlier when I told him about it. He said that's kind of salad, mostly meat. Um, Here we have the Koji up close. Is it gonna show? It's gonna show. You can see the fungus. You can see all the shroomy action. The bacterial forbidden cotton candy. So this stuff is more fresh. More fresh? Is that correct English? Than the stuff I usually use. So the stuff I usually have is more dry. Wow, such great Englishing today. So the stuff I usually use, let me show. It's not the exact same kind. This is more like here we go. Um, Not the same brand, but this is the stuff I usually use. Which is like fully dried up. It's all rice grains, and it's probably like on the surface somewhere. I can't really see it, but you can imagine. Whereas this is sold in kind of the refrigerated section, so it's a bit more alive. I thought for this stream I would demonstrate with something a little more live looking. Actually, I should probably take some pictures of these before. Might I borrow your phone for a few pictures? Dankeschön. Um, this one looks more like Koji, you know? Not that Koji is. Yeah. So we have to now start by actually crushing down the crumbles. So basically, this is just kind of more obviously inoculated. Goes a bit faster. Doesn't take as long. But obviously, it's not as shelf stable as the dry stuff. Koji itself is quite a strong bacteria, so it can be kept dry for ages. It just lives on the surface of rice. It likes rice a lot, so that's why rice is usually used as the kind of inoculant. I feel like that's the correct word. I could be entirely wrong. So we are going to crumble this down, and we're going to separate them into little bowls. We're gonna just do rip pun hard audience. Oh my god, looks like a fun going on. I am so sorry. Clearly my brain cells are not up to scratch. I was literally thinking, we've got a mushroom koji coming up. That's gonna be double fungi. I just didn't voice it. I just thought it in my head. I apologize, Phoenix. Just me, myself, and I. Just my two brain cells are using their entirety crumbling the koji down. I'm actually the most excited one. I am the one I'm most excited for. My God, words. Is the the cocoa one. I saw it somewhere. Um, but basically it turns into kind of like a rice puddingy texture. No, no, no shit. Um, but basically it's literally just koji and cocoa powder and water, and all of the sweetness comes from the koji, this koji, because it releases a lot of sweetness apparently. So it's a good way of kind of finding out how sweet koji actually is. Um, and so people suggest it as like using it as like a pudding base, or putting milk in it and turning into like a hot cocoa as like a chocolate base for things. So I'm very excited to try that. Oh my god, I'm only like halfway through. This is why we use the dry stuff and not bother with the fresh stuff. The effort. It's also so much like koji koji fumes flying up. I can't probably tell on camera. Yeah. Well, to be fair, the chocolate I'm only making small amounts. So I think the koji will be pretty disintegrated by the time we're done with this. So yeah, the cocoa koji is the only one that doesn't use salt. So that one has to be eaten fairly fast. Like it's not like a long preserve. Whereas the the rest are salted kojis, so they will all keep for a while. Right, we're halfway through. This is half of the stream is taking out my anger. No, I shouldn't be angry. I should crumble the koji with gentle thoughts and happy feelings in order to part good vibes. I should not do this with anger and violence. Gentle does it. Gentle does it. You know, I probably should have done this with like a mortar and pestle type, not a rice paddles. Get the microplastics in there. At this point, we're all doomed anyway. We're getting there. One more massive slab to go. This is a fairly hefty amount of koji, but good to separate into 5 bits. And do. I think we've definitely made ginger and garlic koji on here before. I don't have any in stock right now, so I'm adding this to the regular rotation. This is my usual stockpile of condiment. Because is it a condiment? My usual flavor contributors. Right. Last one. I need a break. Pound cake, shortcake, spread the koji on. Cake wouldn't do set and buttery restaurants. Ooh, that sounds really good, to be fair. That does sound like a plan. So like a traditional Japanese drink is called amazake, which literally translates to sweet sake. But all that is koji and rice and water that's been fermented a bit. And it's actually really good. Like a lot of places sweeten it in post as well. But true amazake doesn't actually need sweetening because you don't realize how sweet rice is until you have it like genuinely prepared that way. It's so good. But maybe I'll do a little Maybe I'll make amazake sometime. The thing is, like, I've not come across a lot of good amazake, so I'm like dubious to whether I'll actually like it. I love Koji and cooking with Koji, but I'm yet to discover its full potential. We shall keep on discovering. Yeah. To be fair, even just on toast. I've got some toast actually. We have toast on demand this time, so if we need bread spreading, we will have something to put it on. Depending on how big the jars end up being, I'm going to put them in the oven and do a bit of a hot box 30-degree situation. We'll see how it goes. Because I think if you were to make, if you had like a yogurt maker, then you could hold something at like 60 degrees. It goes really fast. You can do it overnight rather than letting it sit for like a week. So I may do that. It just means I'm going to commandeer the microwave for the whole night, for better or worse. Maybe I'll like leave it out room temperature for a bit, but then overnight I will overnight I might do a ferment, and then in the morning it will be done and I can put it in the fridge, and then we can do a little taste test another time. It means I don't have to like baby it and stir it. I can technology to my advantage, which would be good. So we are going to finish drumming this all up. I mean, as good as it's going to get, really. I'm going to have like, what's it called? Tennis wrist. I think that is crumbly enough. We can crumble it more as we go. So we're going to go 50 grams. I think 53 grams maybe per Koji bowl. No, I lie. 200 divided by 5 is 40. I just can't math. Okay, 42. Meaning of life. Apparently that's where we're going to end up. Oh, mango sticky rice. Oh, yeah. To be fair, if like cocoa koji works, we could do like a mango koji, like a little mango, turn it into like a mango puree situation. I don't know. Is the Do I not want excess sugar because the rice is sweet in itself? I don't know if it'll mess with. Oh, I just keep pressing off. Will that work? You're a tight one today. I keep pressing the wrong button. We have our 5 batches of koji that we are going to work with. So, where do we start? Start with the easiest one, actually. The easiest one is the unripe mango. Ooh, yeah, that could be a good shout. I'm going to start with the one that doesn't require salt, i.e. the chocolate koji, which is literally just cocoa powder, koji, and water. Like, that's it. So, we'll start with that one. We shall give this a good crush down. And literally, this is 42 grams of koji. So let us do It's meant to be 20 to 30 grams of cocoa. Where's the calculator in this? Cocoa Koji sounds like a sweet cereal. It ends up being basically a sweet chocolate paste. Is what I've gathered from it. So about 10 grams or thereabouts of cocoa. Which, to be fair, from the looks of this tin, that might be about what we end up with. This may be perfect. Fingers crossed. If not, I'm gonna have to open a new can, and that's fine. I hope I have another can. If not, this is just the way it is. 5 grams? 6 grams? Perhaps a little less than we bargained for. Probably should have checked that. It looked like enough. Yeah. I mean, Mum doesn't cook very much nowadays, so she just gets home and then she gets served whatever fun concoctions I conjure. And looks like we are out of luck on the Koji front. Oh, if you can do cocoa Koji, does that mean you can do matcha Koji? Is that also a thing? That does sound like a thing. Well, it's finished. I'm trying to think if there's any other cocoa sauces. I don't think so. It's okay. We'll work with what we've got. It'll just be less chocolatey than we thought. So just going to mix everyone all up. Crush up our cocoa powder. Note to self, buy more cocoa for future baking endeavors. So then we now want whatever. What have you posted? Matcha everything. Fermented koji rice milk latte. Oh my god. Yes, it does exist. Okay. Maybe another time it will have to be right. Ooh, let's get us a little jugule of water. We're gonna need a lot of that. So we need about 71 mils of water. I think what I'm going to do is put this in the jar ready. Oh, am I being ambitious? Is that ambitious? Oh, how much volume in, what about 100 mils in Koji? I feel like that's not 100 mils in the jar. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Let's try. On. That's about the amount of water that has to contain. That's not going to fit. It also smells a bit fish saucy because I think that was my fish sauce jar. We won't put cocoa in that one. We'll put cocoa in X honey jar. At the least proof of flavor concept. Yes, indeed. Right, we shall pour that in there. Oh, and we don't need to do this on the scale. We've already now this is when I wish I had a funnel, and I've already spilt it. Could I have done this in a more efficient way? Absolutely. Am I going to do anything about it? Absolutely not. Oh no. Have I messed up? Is this jar too small, perchance? I believe. I believe in the power of willpower. It will fit. Fortune favors the bold. Mm, yes, it will fit. Once that gets mixed in, can you see how like to the top this is? Just need to get in with a chopstick and see, she'll be right. She'll be right. Just needed to, make some space. This is very much the correct size for the jar though. Like, wow, great guesstimating. Basically have turned this into a little chocolatey paste. Ooh, another one. Giving everyone a good mixeroo. Let everyone get to know each other in there. I will potentially add a little bit more water because we are looking quite happy. Because cocoa powder does absorb a lot of water, and so will our Koji. So I'm going to top it up with a bit of water. Wow. None of that made it into the dough. Great, great kitchen skills. Do keep your surfaces better tidy than. Oh my goodness, hello. Hello, hello. Who have we got here? Bruno Bean, thank you for the raid. Hello, welcome, raiders. Goodness gracious. So much bean. All the beans. Welcome, 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 Bean Gang. We are making, well, currently we're not making anything very appetizing. We are making koji lots of ways. Koji is a Japanese rice fungus mold ferment thing. So we're making lots of different kinds today. We're doing science experiments today. However, once I'm finished with this, we will be making some dumplings after. So, to be fair, now that I've just said dumplings, I probably should prep that filling so that so that the meat has time to rest. We shall. Hello, welcome. My name is Natchan, and welcome to my mother's kitchen. We are live from Japan, and we are cooking up a storm a couple of times a week. However, you've come at a I'm gonna sneeze. We come at an unfortunate time because this week is my last week of um streams for a little bit. But once we are married and no longer stressing about getting married, we will be back. So um we shan't be long. We shan't be gone very long. For dinner later, we are going to make um dumplings, probably gyoza. So let me just shuffle things around. So this is our first koji. Chocolate koji is done. Um, British accents make you think of quiche. Is it? Do I have a British accent though? I feel like it depends who you ask. Americans always think I have a British accent, but British people always think I have an Aussie accent, so I can never win. Um, what we're going to just quickly do is we're going to prep our fillings for the dumplings later. This is beef and pork mince, 7 parts beef, 3 parts pork. Japan loves selling mixed mince because it just goes with the cuisine. A lot of recipes call for a 2-part mince, a mixed mince gives it a good texture. So we're going to do that and a bit of koji because what is the point if not making koji? You hit it on the nail. Not true. Um, oh my god, I'm running out of utensils. Okay, I don't know why. There's so many rice paddles to my disposal today, so we're using lots of rice paddles. Ooh, this is, I think, around like 500 grams. I feel like this is 500, 475. See, pretty good guessing. To this, we're gonna add about 10% by weight in. This is salted koji, shio koji, which was made by yours truly maybe like a couple of weeks ago. Um, so we're gonna do about 50 grams of this stuff, or 47 if we're trying to be precise. This stuff is just koji, so same stuff as this. This is basically koji mold on rice, but this stuff has been sitting with salt and water, and it becomes like the most delicious umami condiment. Condiment? Is it a condiment? What do you call these things? In Japanese, it's called chomiryou. It's like flavor additives, I suppose. It's like, is soy sauce considered a condiment? I don't know. Like, I feel like condiment. I feel like makes it feel um like ketchup or mayonnaise is a condiment. I feel like soy sauce or like vinegar and oyster sauce is like not a condiment, something else. What is it? I make a few more discoveries, put them on this guide. One is barista koji drink featured in Reddit post. Second is a recipe for actual matcha koji. And third is a recipe for matcha amazake. Oh my god. So many fabulous ideas. Thank you. I will definitely have a look. Maybe I'll have to do like a part 4 of koji. Um Part 4 of preserves with so many fabulous ideas. Um so we're just going to give everybody a little mixy. We just want koji to kind of get going throughout our mince. We will add cabbage and vegetable to this later, but for now we shall just get the flavors mingling. Koji just does a lot of like magical things. It brings out the saltiness and the umami out of meats, but it also tenderizes the protein. So if you put it as a marinade onto like more, chunks of meat, everything just turns like super tender and it stops things from going hard when they cook. So yesterday when I made the spring rolls, I coated the pork in the koji before I cooked it. And when you just cook pork as is, like just frying it up, like it can so easily go dry. It just stops that from happening. It just doesn't go dry. It just keeps the juiciness and deliciousness. So I just love putting koji in everything. And especially with what we're going to do today, we're making onion koji, garlic koji, ginger koji. It just is such a good way of having like jarred garlic or, jarlic as people like to call it, or jarred ginger. Instead of buying it in like a tube or in a jar where there's preservatives, you can put it in koji and it will do the same thing. So instead of having um, it being preserved by artificial preservatives, you can preserve those things via koji, and it'll be good to sit in the fridge for like 3 months if you even leave it for that long. Usually, I finish all of my kojis in like less than a month, so I never get to actually test the longevity of them. But how you know it's good? So everyone is somewhat combined, so I shall let those hang out um, until later. I will add cabbage, maybe a bit of carrot to this um, in a bit, but we're just gonna let them hang out. I'm not gonna fridge it or anything. It's cold enough, and it's not that warm right now, so it's like got a bit of a chill, to be fair. And yeah, I'm guesstimating like a 23, maybe even like lower degrees right now. So back to the main plot. Oh my god, my water's running out. Help. Wait, I just found some sparkling water. A little bit flat, not gonna lie, but it's good, drinkable. Right. Next, we have garlic, ginger, and mushroom koji up next. Which one shall I do? Any requests? Which one I do next? Garlic koji and ginger koji I've made before. Um, but the steps are all the same. Onion koji and mushroom koji I've not yet made before. I'm quite excited for the mushroom koji. Um, but let's do mushroom. I feel like in order of smelliness of vegetable is the way we're gonna go. We will start with mushroom and then go ginger and then garlic and then finish on onion. So then I don't have to wash the board. Umami on umami. I know, I'm so excited. I've cooked mushrooms in koji before, but I have not um not made koji mushroom in koji before. So I'm excited too. Right. So we want 75 grams of mushroom to no, I lie. Approximately I'm basically reducing all of these recipes down to 42 grams of koji, so 63 grams of mushroom. I don't think it really matters that much how pedantic we are. We are using maitake mushrooms today because that was on offer. Look at these. Such gorgeous, gorgeous gals right there. Look at that. Beaut. Um, so we are running out of. I'm too fast. I'm just going to go straight onto here. There we go. Eesh. Imagine a miso soup you can make mushroom koji step and made it into miso. I don't know if the mushroom will survive the miso process. Maybe it will. I don't know. Um, I feel like a miso takes like, a few weeks to go, and I feel like the mushroom would be the weak link. We want 63 grams of mushroom, but we ended up on 69, and I feel like that's a sign, and we're gonna go with that. Yeah, put a slightly damp thing on a powdery thing. That's totally gonna be fine. Right. So we just go and chop very finely. You see, I have my little mini chopper, but I feel like today is a hand chop kind of a day. Um, but yes, that does sound really good. Should it be possible? Right. I'm just going to do a rough chopping on the mushrooms so they don't fly off everywhere when we do run the knife through. Let me see. I'm gonna go like some recipes call it to be like a paste, like a duxelle paste. And to be fair, I need to cook this off first. The mushrooms get cooked before going in. That I almost forgot. I'm about to chuck it all in raw. It's probably a fact that's an additional factor that makes this a bit safer to do. The mushrooms go in cooked. So let me chop this down. And then, oh, am I going to use the microwave as the recipe tells you to? Or am I going to actually cook it on the hob? Decisions. Do I offend the audience or take the shortcut? How did the dry mushroom? Ooh, yeah, that would be good, to be fair. Porcini koji? That sounds so good. Can you imagine the flavor bomb that's going to be? The opportunities are endless. Honestly, I do believe Koji is going to be. I feel like Koji hasn't had its time in the like Western spotlight yet. I feel like miso and matcha kind of had its thing. Matcha definitely. Miso like I feel like in the culinary scene is getting there. And fish sauce. But I feel like um Koji's coming. I don't know if Koji is sexy enough for the uh for the peeps, but I feel like I'm taking lots of pictures the for the labyrinth. Because the cogification would also rehydrate the mushroom. Yes, that is also true. Um, and not in a bad way. Right. Let's run knives through. I don't know how small I should go. I should definitely go as small as rice grains if possible, so that everything kind of stays a similar consistency. Maybe like not so fine as like a duxelle, but like just shy of that. Such fun experiments. I feel like, honestly, like I'm not intending on taking too much Japanese stuff back to the UK in 2 months, but like I feel like bags of koji, I'm definitely going to be like one suitcase is just going to be like full, just koji. People, customs is going to be like, what is this? And I'm like, it's just koji. It's like, why? Just like personal enjoyment. Can you imagine? I just rock up, trying to get through customs with like 20 kilos of koji in my suitcase. I'm like, is this rice? Because it seems a bit different to be rice. Like, this is safe. This is a biohazard. Is that a thing? Will I get stopped at customs for my koji because it's like foreign fungus? Mhm. Mhm. I feel like that is definitely something to be explored. I'm gonna end up with a Koji fridge. I can tell. Like when I'm rich and famous with my big house, with all the floors, so that Phoenix is going to move into the basement, change to the radiator. I mean what? We're going to have just a Koji fridge. There is nothing in the fridge but various Koji experiments. I'm gonna be the crazy Koji lady. Welcome. Do you have a second to hear about the Lord Savior Shiokoji? Right. That's good enough for me. I am also going to use the microwave because I need I have many more pictures of this to go, and I need all the I can get. I'm not pulling out another pan to cook the koji properly. Cook the mushroom properly. All the recipes I've looked at are like, oh, just let's it in the microwave for like a minute. So that's what I'm going to do. We have mushroom all chopped up. Now I just have to aim to get it in the bowl. Why do I have things getting caught on my hand? Ah, nope. Why did I not choose a wider mouth bowl? I do not know. Also, like the the next kojis are gonna have like little bits of mushroom in because I'm not too sure. I should probably just wash the board a little. Right. We have our mushroom chopped down, a little bits in the microwave for 5 minutes to fully get them cooked through. Maybe not 5 minutes. This assumes that we've got like twice as much mushroom as we actually do, so maybe like 3 minutes. Oh my god, the cling film is sticking to the box. Why? Why, oh why? Why does the cling film do this to me? There we go. The gentle wrap and some time in the microwave. I'm gonna say 3 minutes. Brilliant. Ooh, I've also just realized that my phone is not charging. And that is going to be bad. Oh my god. Ah! I'm knocking everything over. Sorry. Please charge. You charging? Yes. My bad. Okay. Chocolate koji. Mushroom koji is on its way. Next is ginger, I reckon. Well, all the things basically follow a similar ratio. Um, so we're just going to keep following that. We've got some fresh ginger in today, which I'm very excited about. 21 grams of ginger. Okay, let me just give this quick wash. Right. We have gorgeous, gorgeous ginger, which we will be turning into Koji. Look at that. We have fresh new ginger at the moment. New ginger, is it what we call those? So the skin is not formed yet, so you can use the whole thing as is. Which is great. We want 21 grams of the stuff for the portion that we are doing. Just gonna cut off some knobs and see where we go. 20. Oh my god, I was so close. A little bit more for good luck. 21. Cute. Honestly, like, you could probably just bury in the ground, it will grow back. So, next one, we are slicing up our ginger real thin and real small. I probably should really be shoving this, like grating this, but grating is basically just cutting really, really small, right? So if I just cut it really, really small, it'll do the same thing. Hee hee. Definitely not the way it goes, but we can't be bothered grating because honestly, if somebody needs to invent a grater that doesn't like, oh, that's hot. A grater that doesn't get like completely stuck everywhere. Danger, danger. Hot mushrooms. Hot. Yay for nails. Let's let that vibe for a bit because you're hot. Um, the mushroom has, you know what this mushroom looks like? You remember the forbidden mushroom that I had like a year out of date jarred mushroom back in Sendai in the fridge? It looked exactly like that, right? The consistency and the color looked exactly the same, giving me flashbacks. We have tiny ginger. Oh God. I was doing so well, and then the tower collapsed. The tower of ginger collapsed. And then we go this way, super finely on the ginger. The ginger like feels so fresh. Like I'm cutting into this, and it's like making such fresh, hydrated sounds. I feel like I'm cutting apples, but like in the best of ways. Feels so. I feel like ginger is usually like nice. There's no stringiness. There's no like fibrousness. Feels so fresh. The ginger is like so young. Personal use size packages of dried koji with well, I need photo for Koji. Really? I don't want to get photo. I don't want to have to get photo. That's effort. I thought you need photo for like plants, like whole actual plants, not packets of mold. I have to see. I wonder if that's the case even with like, is that with the like powdered mold or is that the like already riceified stuff? Supply kind of. Yeah, but it's like dormant. Like, would I have to have would I have to have Vito if I was like buying yeast? Is that the same? Is that different? Right. We have probably good enough chop on our ginger koji, so we are going to you. Everyone just gets mixed together and then jarred up. So hello, Saren. Welcome to Koji Bonanza. I am on currently on Koji number 3. So let me recap. We have, let me just quickly wash my hands. Welcome, welcome, Saren. Good morning to you, I think. Where's my co-host? We have Koji number 1, which was our easiest one. This is Coco Koji. It is literally Koji. Here's the Koji in its rice inoculated form. Good, 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 good early morning to you. And we have Coco Koji, so it's Koji, cocoa powder, water. That is all. The water is absorbed significantly, so I'm going to add a bit more. I'm just going to keep adding until it stops doing that. Um, this is going to chill in like a yogurt maker, like a 60-degree kind of a vibe in a bit. But I'm just going to finish making the rest so they can all go into um the oven together. So Coco Koji is meant to turn into like a really rich like sweet chocolate sauce basically. Once the koji breaks down and the sweetness of the rice comes out, it's basically a sugar-free chocolate spread, apparently. I am dubious, but we'll see. There's no sugar in this at the moment. And people recommend just putting it on toast or letting it down with some milk and turning it into like cocos, like hot cocoa, cold iced cocoa, etc. So I'm very excited. So it's a sugar-free way of having like chocolatiness. Excited. Because koji is very sweet. And rice is very sweet. So that's my only non-salted one. So that one has to be eaten fairly quickly after it's done. The rest I'm making salted kojis, so they will last for like months in the fridge once I'm done with them. So we're making a ginger one. I've just chopped up some ginger in there. We are also doing a mushroom one. So mushroom has been cooked and chopped and cooked. That I'm going to be very excited for. It's going to be very umami packed. And then we're also doing a garlic one and a onion one. All delicious options. The onion one is great for just starting off curries and stir fries. Also, it's salad dressing. Koji can be had raw. So once it's done, you can just eat it, like spoon it, eat it. You don't have to cook it. So if I like blitz it up and get rid of the kind of graininess of it, it can be used as like a salad dressing, like an onion dressing. You can use it as like a kind of pickle, so you can like toss carrots in it or whatever pickling vegetable in it, let it sit for a bit, and it's kind of like a salted pickle situation. So that should be fun. Right, we have next our mushroom koji. I'm just going to try and cool this down faster by adding water to it. So we're going to go in with 84 grams of water. I've got weird measurements for stuff because I'm only using like 40 something grams of koji. I had a 200-gram packet and I've just divided it into 5. So the measurements are vague. Usually the recipes are all like 200 grams of koji or 100 grams of koji. I'm using 42 grams of koji per, which is why we've got slightly weird. The water I'm always very like blasé with because I always end up adding more water anyway because they just absorb a lot of water. So I'm just gonna rinse down our mushroom pot with our water. We are going to salt it. This is supposed to be 30 grams per 100 grams of koji, so we're gonna divide that. 12 and a bit. This is when my kilo of salt comes in handy. Can never have enough salt. Thank you, thank you, thank you for popping by. Really appreciate it. Yes, I'm going to overnight them in the warmer, so it will be done overnight rather than in a week. So looking forward to that. Good night, and I shall see you next time. I'm going 12 grams, 12.5 grams of salt. I wish I had my other scales because the other scales does decimal points. Um, 13 for good measure. A little bit of extra salt never hurt nobody. I'd rather it be too salty than accidentally like botulism someone. So accidental botulism. We do not need that around here. So as I say, that spill mushroom salty juice everywhere. No accidental botulism, please. That's why one of the reasons I really like Koji is that like the accidental botulism factor is like quite low. It's pretty forgiving, all things considered. So I'm gonna do this in a slightly bigger jar. I feel like this one has bulk. So we are gonna go and I don't want to dirty more things than I need to. So we're gonna go in. Why am I using paddles? Just never ending rice paddles. So we're gonna go in with our koji. Why am I scooping this with the world's tiniest spoon? I do not know. Did I even need to separate the koji into 5 bowls? Probably not. I'm already spilling it. A lot of koji is quite a strong fungus, so it's a fairly easy to look after bug, so to speak. The only one it does not beat though is natto. Natto and koji do not go. Natto is also a very strong fungus, strong bacteria. So people who make soy sauce, like shoyu craftsmen and miso craftsmen, cannot eat. They're not allowed to eat natto while they're working on the koji because the natto will decimate the entire population of koji at a miso or like a soy tree. So like it's like big no. You cannot do that, and they often avoid eating natto ever. I thought you were gonna go. I don't own a funnel. I have paper. I can make a funnel. So okay. We can eat. Eating is very effective. Until there is like a lot of salt at the bottom of this. And there's also not enough water in here anyway, so it's okay. I just keep rinsing. Rinse and repeat. Just pour out. Right, we have mushroom, we have koji, we have mixy in the container. It was probably fine in the smaller jar, not gonna lie, but I was being a wuss. We are mixing our mushrooms into the koji and then pushing everyone down so everyone is submerged. I wish I had like matching jars that would be like way more aesthetic. So today is not a aesthetic ferment kind of a day. Can we see? Can we see? We ignore the fact that this jar is dripping. I promise it's just water from other things, not that I spilt any mushroom juices down the side. Just making sure that everybody is stirred up from the bottom. There's no like dry patches of koji. The texture looks over. Well, knowing your disdain for okra, I'm not surprised. Um, but yeah, can you imagine the forbidden love story of the daughter of a soy sauce craftsman and the son of a natto craftsman? Their unrequited love, they cannot be together because they will destroy each other's livelihoods. Someone turned that into a movie. You heard it here first. Right. Koji number 2 done. So we have, well, I say, yeah, chocolate, mushroom, and very almost done with our ginger. Which will be 42 mils. Is it 42? Yes, 42. Definitely not enough, but we should see. We have our. I also should have poured the water like into the jar. Now I've got wet koji to deal with. I need more spoons. The never-ending quest for spoons when you make koji. I don't know why I'm also carrying the koji around with me. It's not needed. Okay, let's measure the salt into the jar first, at least, so it can. Did I put salt in there yet? I don't think so. — 15 grams of salt. And then we go in with our gingery koji. It's definitely not enough water in here, but we shall top it up. Also, you can pretty much eyeball koji ratios as long as you stick with the right amount of salt. As long as you keep it above definitely above like 16% salt, you're fine. Too salty and it just ends up kind of unusable, but if you keep it above 16, it's safe. So, or I just follow a recipe, but just improving stuff. You just want to make sure it stays above a certain salinity so nothing nasty grows. Again, with cutting fine on the jar sides. Nice. I'll probably piss off 2 cultures of entire society, but would you be modernized? Would that be a modernized Japanified Romeo and Juliet story? Oh my god, it so would be. Can you imagine? I mean, there's plenty of like Japanified Romeo and Juliet stories about like opposing posing warlords from like different clans and their like and their and their children stuff. But can you imagine the miso family, the sake family, and the natto family? Honestly, we're onto something. Mm. Should I write a book? Are we are we are we are we are we submitting our plans to Netflix? We're gonna be rich and famous, living off the royalties for the rest of our days. One issue with putting the salt at the bottom, it's very hard to dissolve. Would not recommend. Put the salt in after. It will eventually get mixed in. I just need to make sure the water level is high enough so that we have good good hydration on our Kojis. Right. Koji number 2, done. It's very, very salty at the bottom. And juicy enough to be like but juicy stuff. All that talk about fermentation is really, really gonna get the hearts fluttering. Is this how we make fermentation sexy? Is this how fermentation breaks through? Queen's Gambit made chess sexy. This okay, what's gonna be called Romeo and Juliet natto and miso version going to make Japanese ferment sexy. Right, enough messing about with that for now. We will deal to the salt at the bottom in a bit. But for now, it can hang out with the rest of our jars. And then once we have them all ducks in a row, we will get going with shoving them in the oven. What I'll do is probably just cover them with a bit of paper towel. I could cling film them with holes on top, I suppose, also, because I don't know how I'll make the paper towel stay. Next, we have garlic. Garlic, garlic. Garlic is love. Garlic is life. We are going to do 10 grams of garlic. A webtoon of a girl getting turned into a chicken nugget. Get a K-drama. This can get a J-drama. Wait, what? I want to know what this webtoon is. I need to get Michael to look it up. Michael loves his webtoons. I do not partake in the webtoon, but I would. This sounds exciting. Let us have a wrangle. See. Oh my god! Is this normal size garlic? Oh my god! What has the world become? Look, normal sized garlic. I'm kind of sad. Oh, you know what? You know why? This is not Japanese garlic. I think I bought Spanish garlic. Where's the packet? Oh my god, yeah, I bought Spanish garlic. It's not massive. Sadness. I mean, nothing wrong with Spanish garlic, but when you're used to the cloves the size of your hand vibes, a little bit sad. Also, I'm like completely going to ignore the amount of garlic that this suggests. Like this suggests like that's fine, but I'm like, no, let's do more than that. I just need to add a little bit extra salt and all will be fine. Garlic, not the size of my hand today. This looks absolutely tiny compared to my usual garlic. This feels minuscule. Mimodon, you have been added. I don't know if he's going to see that. He's currently balls deep in Warframe properly. Okay, now we do the chip chop. Again, if you're doing this properly, do grate it or blitz it through a food processor. Don't be like me and think that you can do better than the machine, because you can't. You want full cell wall breakage out here. Knifing will only get you so far. Knifing gets you like really, really tiny cubes. But these knives are very sharp, so they don't break a lot of cell walls. It was definitely something. It's is it a compliment? Is it a shot fired? I'm going to just. This is kind of a boring stream. You can just watch me go over vegetables really finely for 2 hours. Several levels of sad on the wrong way. Honestly, sometimes they come up with the weirdest tropes, and I'm not surprised. We have pretty fine on the garlic now. Just eyeing up which jar is going to be my sacrificial jar for this. Because this jar is going to be very garlicky, and I feel like that needs to be. To be fair, the fish sauce jar is already kind of fishy, so I feel like that one's going to be this one. Oh, is it going to fit though? I have no faith that this is going to fit all the stuff. But you know what? Life has its ways of making things fit, and perhaps today is the day. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. Maybe it's one of those situations where it fits way more than it looks. It's two tiny jars kind of a situation. I mean, it's gonna fit the Koji. Ah! You know, Koji and some kitchen germs. Oh, it's not gonna fit. What am I even doing? Why am I still trying? Yeah, no, what am I doing? That's not gonna fit. Am I into K-drama at all? I don't watch enough TV, to be fair. I don't have time for TV. Just my days go by in a flash and I don't even know where they went. What I'm going to do is I think we're gonna end up with 2 jars of Coke. Excuse me, I just found myself a perfect jar. Wow, sad times. It's okay, we can transfer. Look, I found. Wait, is this like? Oh, but is that more or less? I don't know. I now have Koji stuck in a jar. Brilliant. Koji in a jar. Transferring from one jar to the next. Go. Yeah, K dramas are so like, or to be fair, a lot of J dramas are the same as well. They're just really like low effort. Like, why are we even caring about this sort of a vibe? They're so unserious. So it's good to just have as background noise. I do understand. Right. We have fitted in a jar. Now we just gotta get the garlic in there. Parmesan shakers? Well, this one. Uh, Spoon this into. We're still cutting it really, really fine. Like there is not a lot of headroom on this. Not that it needs a lot of headroom, but I still need to be able to mix it. Also, like this jar is going to be very hard to mix it. That's also something I did just to completely ignore the ergonomics of the jar. Just shoving it all in there. And we will cross that bridge when we must cross it. And that day is not today. Here we go. Smaller one. The little round jar. American drama room. Yeah, I see what you mean. We're gonna do 75 times a half times a half again. Another 15 grams of salt. Don't know why I'm surprised at this point. It's literally we're using the same amount of Koji. I promise there's more air, but airspace down there. Just move down. Mm, okay. And 260. I don't believe that this is going to be done in 40 and 50 mils of water, but whimsical, yes. Whimsy is good. Whimsy is fun. Filling half the water down the side, but take no heed. Oh my god, I missed like an entire chunk of garlic on the board. Wow. And now we attempt to stir. Ah! Not get attacked by the Koji. To be fair, surprisingly easy to stir, all things considered. It's actually not that bad. It was fine. And it's a nightmare to wash later when we are done with it. Delicious. Right, we are in with our koji, garlic koji. I can hang out over here now as well. And last but not least, we've got our onion koji coming up. This is a obligatory rinse of the board. And I don't know why I keep the tea towel so far away. Let's bring it closer. Tea towels? Paper towels. Also made so many puddles everywhere. And cozy koji. Please have better kitchen hygiene than me. I am just a bit chaotic with everything I do. I've also seen recipes for like carrot koji. Have you ever done shallot koji? I have not, but it would be also very delicious. The Oh, we can do a waterless koji. Shall we try a waterless one? Um, a waterless onion koji. Let's do one waterless. See. No, I don't want to have to blitz. I have to blitz this. I'll just cut it really small. I have to blitz. How essential. Because realistically speaking, I've, how much onion do I have? Not that much onion. To be fair, that is probably the perfect amount of onion, actually. Yeah. Green onion koji. Also sounds amazing. I feel like the green onion. Oh, it probably could work actually. I just thought the green onion might be a bit like delicate. But I suppose if it's being kojiified, it doesn't really matter how delicate something is. This one has to be really blitzed because we are not using water. But I've seen like a recipe for this is completely off topic, sorry. But I saw a recipe for a carrot koji. It's not a salted one, it's just carrots in koji. so no salt. And apparently it turns like super sweet, makes the carrot really really sweet and like almost jam like. I was intrigued about. Um, Maybe you do that instead. That's too could do leek. Yes, leek would probably work. Do we try? No, I don't have a blender. The thing is, I don't have like a little blender. I've only got the massive blender, and I feel like the carrot one needs to be like smoothly blended. Um, and I feel like that would not work so well. 205. It's a little bit extra onion. Gonna be okay. 129. We can do the. You can use the rest for dinner. We're aiming for 125. I feel like I'm one of those like perfect cut shows. That'd be awful. I'm failing already. Failing miserably, apparently. Oh my god. Am I this bad at guesstimating the amount of onion I've got? Okay, good enough. Right, we're using this half for Koji, this half for dinner. But yes, the Koji possibilities are endless, and I can tell you now, I'm gonna end up with a little mini fridge just for Koji. It's gonna be my. Some people have like apocalypse bunkers full of their tinned goods, and I'm just gonna have Koji. Literally just Koji. Um, this is most like sacrilege way to cut an onion, but we just need to get everybody really small, so we're just gonna go for it. So the mushrooms were cooked. In what situations would you cook something pre-Koji? Honestly, I don't know why the mushrooms were cooked. But every mushroom Koji recipe I've seen to cook the mushroom, I can only imagine because it's also a fungus and you don't want the fungus fighting. Like that's the biggest. That's the most I can like on the spot imagine the case is. Um, I'm literally just going to go and go from one end to the other and just keep mincing the onion down until I've got very finely minced onions. I will have a Google on why the mushroom gets cooked. Because all other recipes I've seen for like other vegetables um as Koji don't cook the vegetables first. So maybe it's a flavor thing. Maybe it's like a fungus fighting thing. Not that I would imagine like a shop bought mushroom would be alive enough to fight the Koji. I don't see why not. Um, I think there's no harm in using um, a cooked vegetable. I think because purpose of Koji is generally to preserve said vegetable in Koji form, which is why raw is used because you can't usually preserve raw garlic or raw onions, but you can if you Kojify it. So I suppose it's the same reason why you wouldn't pickle a cooked vegetable, but you could. Like you can pickle the cooked egg or are cooked. Because that wouldn't get you around the need of blitzing the hell out of it. Yes, that is true. That would indeed. I mean, I say I need to blitz the hell out of it. I'm not going to blitz the hell out of it. I'm just going to mince it finely. Because enough liquid will come out of the onion. I think the onion just works as a waterless koji purely because it contains so much liquid in itself. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the onion in the jar, salt it first, just so it gets a head start on releasing liquid, and then pop the koji in. We'll go from there. But I think anything is kojiable. Maybe that's a little series for the Instagram. I've been wanting to like do a bit more on the Instagram as well, just to kind of because I do enjoy making little videos, but I just need content and ideas of what to do. Maybe I'll do a little Will It Koji series. Is that sexy enough? I feel like Will It Koji is not very sexy. I feel like people have done like Will It Pizza or like Will It Focaccia, and I feel like that's very sexy. But I feel like Will It Koji is not so smexy for the algorithm. But we shall see. That might be my new venture when I get back to the UK, miles away from the motherland. I will start my Koji series. Right. I think it's probably not. Ooh, Koji Hoagie. Right. We are going to jar the. We're doing. We're doing 25 grams of salt in this one. This is well salted, because we've got. Oh, maybe I'll put it in after. I don't know why I wash my hands when I haven't even put the garlic into the onion into the jar yet. We shall do that first. Widest brimmed for the onion because I had some brain cells to foresee that there would be a lot of onion volume. We ignore the fact that my chopping board is dripping. See, this is when I could have done with like an immersion blender. I feel like that would have made this process really good. I'm looking forward to going back to my appliances in the UK. All of my koji are going to hang out in a 60-degree oven, probably overnight, as to expedite the whole process. So I don't have to like sit and stir it every day for a week. Oh, good enough. You could do koji mixed veg. You need to go separate. No, you can do mixed veg. So there is a recipe online for a consomme koji. So it's like a mixed vegetable koji that they kind of recommend as like a consomme replacement. So that would go. Making an absolute Mess everywhere. Oh, 25. Let's give that a little zhuzh. Yes, koji can absolutely be mixed. I just like making them separately so that I I feel like I understand the flavors going in. So like you can make a Chinese like a chuka koji. So you do like ginger, garlic, scallions as a mix in the koji. So you have like a Chinese like base like sauces. Can do so I've like seen it made with like put a bit of oyster sauce in it, so you have kind of like a Chinese saucy base. You can absolutely mix the ingredients. I just opt to do single ingredients because I find it easier to work with and I can use it in more different things if it's single ingredients. I just find it a bit more like easy. Right. We're just mixing the salt with our onion right now, and I'm just keep keep on mixing to release the liquid out of our onion. We're trying to do a waterless koji for this one. We shall see. If I might chicken out and add water anyway. Um, if you koji the normal veg from a gardenera, you could do a fermented spin on the garlic Italian pickled veg. Ooh, that would be fun. Yeah, because koji, salted koji, so like the stuff that I added to the meat, I could use that just as like a pickle brine, so to speak. So I could just put like fresh vegetables in salted koji as like sticks, and you could um use it as a pickle, absolutely as well as turning vegetables into a mash. Right, we are going in with the koji again with the lack of assistance. Koji like 5, Natchan 0 on the trying to not get it to spill challenge. I don't know why I separated it into big bowls. I could have just done them in like the glass cups. I don't know why I felt like I needed to. To be fair, I could have probably done the whole thing in glass cups and just put a lid over top, cling filled the top. Would have probably been just fine. It's alright. You got there in the end. Make it a mash, use a spread. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Mmm, that would be good. The possibilities are endless. Well, now I am sus about the amount of liquid in this, but I will trust the process and see where it goes. Maybe I'll add a little bit of water. I really didn't chop up the the um the onion very fine. Like it's fine for like regular cooking standards, but it's not fine to be even considered blitzed adjacent. So I will add a bit of water to this. I am scared because you gotta have the water to make sure everybody is happy and smushy. So, like roast, braised, and koji. Ooh, yeah, that's so I do want to do more recipes where I eat the koji directly because obviously once you cook the koji, it is um as delicious as it is, it loses a lot of its properties, its probiotic, biotic, etc., properties. So I do want to experiment a bit with more like making dressings and stuff out of koji, so you eat it more raw, um, rather than it being cooked. So lots of things to be experimented with. Okay. We have a rough mix on the koji, just making sure the onion at the bottom has had a chance to come up this way. I am trusting that the onions will release a little bit more liquid. But do I trust it? Yeah, a little bit more. That's the smidge. Just for good luck. Right. So we have our many kojis. Let me give the place a wipe down, and we shall reintroduce all of our kojis. And then we will move on to campings. How long has it? Oh my God, it's been 2 hours already. Have I just spent 2 hours chopping stuff and mixing stuff? How are you guys coping? Thank you. I thought this was going to be like an hour job. Apparently not. Okay. Garlic koji on a roast beef sandwich instead of horseradish. Oh my God. Yes, horseradish possibilities. Endless. You see, the only thing with like making like a koji, especially for preserving, is that it needs to be quite salty. So right. We have our koji in a row. Not that the top down is going to show very much. But we have our onion. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to top up all the water because they're all looking a bit dry after sitting for a bit. I'm going to cling film the tops and poke holes in them, and then put them in the oven at 60 degrees. That one's definitely dry. Let's give everybody a little pop up on the juices. Oh, definitely dry. Oops. We topped that up a bit too much, but let's do picture day with our joggers, and then oh, you'll see how they look. Video like a before and after of the koji. Nice. Okay, let's wrap them all up. Basically, we don't want things to evaporate. We also umeboshi koji. To be fair, the umeboshi is probably salty enough to be the salt. Um, mm, I also want them to be able to breathe. So we are cling filming, but we are dabbing with a stabby thing. Such satisfying stabs. I don't know if you've had such satisfying stabs. I'm gonna rip the whole thing. Useless. Okay, successful. One more. Okay, we have stabbage. Let me put them on a tray. So to reduce the chance of me slipping up and throwing everything on the floor. The weapon of choice, absolutely. If we ever to play real real life Cluedo, live action Cluedo, it will be my weapon of choice. Absolutely. We are going in the oven. So we want, I think all of the recipes are going to say about 8 hours on 60 degrees. Just going to double check that everybody's 6 hours on 60. Yeah, we're all on 60 degrees. Oh, God. 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 60 hours. Right. What's the time now? 5:30. We shall pop these in. Um, and we shall we want no steam. Okay, you go up to 40 degrees. I want 60. Go back. What's the lowest the oven will go? 100. Okay, great. Ah, you want. Am I not able to set hours on this? Okay, 40 minutes to start. No, no. No, that's not what I want. Wait, can I not do that? The max I can set it at is 40. 45. Why? Me trying to figure out this silly thing. Well, I suppose it's going to have to be 45, isn't it? And then go a bit longer. I'll do it for like, oh my God, I just timed out. 6 hours was the highest it would let me go. 6 hours then. But, no, it's not what I said. Keeps doing the wrong thing. Natchan versus the thingy. Okay. Apparently 45 is the highest it will do for regular. Let me just check. Yes, it is heat safe. It is safe up to 140 degrees. So it should be good. Um, let me just do Shiokoji at 45 degrees. Yes. Thank you for the concern. It is most definitely. Mm, since we're not going to 60 degrees on the hob, I'm just trying to figure out a way to make the hob do 60 degrees because it's currently sitting on 45 because that's the regular like bread making proofing setting, and the oven setting only goes down to 100. So I'm just trying to think. What's the thingy called? Sharp Healthio. See, fancy appliances do fancy things, but sometimes they don't do the really like mundane analog things. Mm. Like it tells me. Mm, let's have a look. Na, 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 na. Mm. Oh well, gonna have to sit at 45 and chug along. In the meantime, we shall make dinner. Finally. Took me long enough to get there, but here we are. Pork, still very, very cold. Good thing I kept that out because it's like condensation on the bottom because the bowl is so cold. Um, the what was I gonna say? Good that I left it out because my hands are always freezing when I do it separately. when I do it straight out of the fridge. So I'm glad that is. You know what? I'm gonna just shove a few extra vegetables in. There's a carrot here. We've got some rest of the mushroom. We've got the onion. So we're just gonna chop all of that up and call it a day. Do we have a peely thing? Mhm. I've forgotten how to use the peely thing. Just wanted to use it backwards. We are now doing a koji dumpling. Koji mince dumpling. Yes. Koji has had time to mingle in there. We're gonna go quite small on the vegetables as to not disturb the texture. Maybe I'll do little tiny sticks of carrots rather than cubes of carrot. I feel like cubes would be overkill on the tiny texture. So we'll go this way and leave it as little. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god. Right. 2 hours and only one hydrate. Yeah, I drank once during the stream, didn't I? Hmm. Wow, flat fizzy water. After you drink like weird fizzy water and then you drink regular water, makes the regular water taste weird. Right, so we're just going to do little sticky things on the carrots, just so there's like some texture, but not like I don't want crunch. I don't want crunch in my dumpling, you know. Just gonna go in. There. Also, the carrots just add a nice little bit of color too. I think so. What I'll probably do is I will let the oven go until we go to bed tonight. I don't particularly fancy running things overnight. I shall see how ambitious I feel. But at the moment, it's due to finish at 12. So whenever it is that we're going to go to bed, I will pause it, give everything a stir, and then keep running it overnight. Um, I don't know. Am I girl mathing the fermentation process? If it was meant to be 60 degrees for 6 hours, if I do 45 degrees, do I just do like 8 hours? Meanwhile, I've hydrated enough to need to lose a few times. Yeah, no, that's also true. I have not need to be. It's not good. We also had like a very we had ramen for lunch today. We had mazemen, which is notoriously salty, and it was delicious, but also really, really probably not great on the salt levels. But I tried to drink a lot when it was there, but really not enough. I mean, salt is important for your body too. Is required. Great rinsing. So we should have done the mushrooms first. Take no heed. Since we're adding mushrooms to the mix as well, they release a lot of moisture during the cook. So I'm going to also add a bit of cornstarch to the mix in order to absorb said moisture that comes out, so it retains the juiciness. Hello, Thomas. Welcome, Thomas. Thomas, yes. I don't know why I said Thomas. Did I see his head? Yes, I did. Smells like Thomas. We are making dumplings of the. I don't know. Haven't decided what shape I'm making them into yet. The filling is pork and beef mince, koji, which is a magical substance. Shio koji is salted koji. Makes the beef and meat so juicy and delicious. And we've got carrot and onion. We're also gonna put some mushrooms in there. Triangle shaped? I don't know. I've got round wrappers. So the options are currently gyoza. So it's just folded in half with like crimps in them. I could also do like a amandos type. What's it called? The Korean ones where it's like closed and then like the edges are like I don't know what I'm explaining. Like tortellini shape. It's a better descriptor. Um, Other things are possible with around a what have you posted more things, Phoenix, to the to the Discord. Thank you. I shall have a look at that in a second. Um, yeah. I'm yet to decide. Maybe I'll Google a new shape and then try it, and then make many regrets on trying to do new things when I'm tight on time. I'm not tight on time. I have plenty of time. I can keep going. I've also not yet seasoned the filling fully, so I still need to do that. Do remind me. If I start wrapping before I add any like soy sauce or like salt, stop me, tell me, call me until I do, because that would be disastrous. Like pretty bland dumplings. So we are chopping our mushrooms down all the way, all the way. We need to go a little bit smaller, because we don't want the mushroom to be like super chunky in the wrapper. Question. Yes. Fire away. Don't like mushrooms when they're in massive chunks. They're super finely chopped and good. There's texture, not taste. Blueberries, fresh or frozen? Yes. Both. Blueberries frozen at any supermarket will have them. Fresh, yes, when they are in season. I don't know when blueberry season is, but I have seen them around fresh in a regular shop. I just don't know when blueberry season is. I just noticed them and then they're gone. Maybe the same time as peaches, so like May, June? No, or is it a really hot thing? Is it like an August thing? Oh, I don't even remember. Yes. I think we're chopped enough for the mushrooms. They keep shrinking as they cook, so we're gonna go. Yeah. Mushrooms are a weird one. We have a lot of friends who don't like mushrooms. And I remember, I don't know if I've told the story before, but I remember when it was COVID and we had a friend who were a couple and they both didn't like mushrooms. Clearly a match made in heaven. Um and we invited them over for Christmas dinner because they couldn't go home and we weren't going anywhere. So we invited him over, and I challenged myself to a beef Wellington. And when I was like halfway through making the mushroom duck salad, I was like, "Fuck!" Both of them like despise mushrooms, and I'm like, "Oh no, have I messed up on the menu?" And I was like, "Well, too late." I was already like popping the mushrooms, like uber fine, and I was like, "Well, they're just gonna have to close their eyes. It's a beef Wellington. You need mushrooms." So there I was. Let's flavor. Oh my God, I'm literally about to like mix it all up before flavoring it. So Koji is a little bit salty. Um, so I don't want to. Might just add a little bit of je ne sais quoi. I don't know in what form. Um, je ne sais quoi in the form of. Oh, do you have fish sauce? I have oyster sauce. I saw oyster sauce somewhere. Definitely a bit of soy. Honestly, I am very much winging this. There is very little rhyme or reason to my dumpling fillings. I just kind of vibe it out. We have cornstarch. I will be adding um maybe a tablespoon's worth. This is a teaspoon, so maybe like 3 of these. Just because we have a lot of liquid releasing items in here and we want to keep them contained. Maybe one more for that. Gonna keep them contained. I am also going to add maybe a bit of sweetness, maybe a bit of mirin, wherever it is. I can't close this. Close that up. Yes. A bit of mirin. This is sake, sweetened sake. Again, adds to the flavor. I think that's good. I just roll with it, and it ends up fine most times. Sometimes it ends up bland, but if it ends up bland, then you just adjust with the dipping sauce afterwards, you know? So we are smushing everyone in. Remember, we've already koji'd the mince already, so you can see the texture is kind of broken down a little bit. Tenderizes the whole thing. So we are going to make sure everybody is combined. So yeah, kojiing it first really helps get that texture to the kind of sticky filling texture a lot faster than trying to combine it afterwards. So we have good filling. Right, I'm just going to quickly weigh this so I have some semblance of how well to fill my gyoza. Because I'm always like estimating, and then I'm like, sometimes it's like really great, but sometimes I'm like really off. So let me just try and pick up this entire bowl of meat. Eat. 700. 770? Okay. I feel like that's a lot of filling. I've only got like 30 wrappers. I feel like that's not gonna. Oh, that's like 20 something grams a wrapper, maybe. Maybe it is right. Okay. Anywho, wrapping gets wrapped barehanded. So thank you, glove, for your service. We have. Oh, I have 50 wrappers. Okay, that changes things. Changes things. What is the wrapper count now? Hold up. Where's the calculator? 770 divided by 50. About 15 grams. This doesn't feel like a lot. Okay. Is that about a teaspoon? A big teaspoon per 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 thing. So we begin. I clearly bought the big wrapper, big packet wrappers. Right. Wash hands. And we are ready to go. Well, let me just fill up this water glass for the finger dipping. Right. We be rapping. We be rapping. Oh, gonna do our best to keep it fairly fast. So to be fair, I think I've actually made the perfect amount. This looks about right for the amount. Ooh, these wrappers are a little bit smaller than I remember. Okay, nice and filled. Can you see? I'm actually folding folds in this today. Let's see how long this lasts. But yeah, we're gonna make 50 of these. Wish me luck. Once you get into the roll of it, it's fine. Just get in there. I want to put them in like a little oblong shape to start with. I feel like circle is just asking for trouble. Here we go. Once I get into the hang of it. I've seen you make. Yes. Yeah. Didn't I make like 300? I feel like I made 300. Yes. After that, nothing nothing can scare me. That also did take me like 6 hours. So like I'm gonna kind of just put it in like a log shape to start with to help my cause. I was yes, that was a day. Right. So yeah, you're just gonna be watching me wrap for, I'm gonna say about an hour because fish I usually get through about one a minute. So if it goes well, should be done in less than an hour. But I don't know, I'm just not rolling very well today. I've not done dumplings in a while, potentially because I was dumplinged out this time a couple of months ago. Dumpling number 5. Great progress, guys. I have like, but if it was shumai, like I can definitely wrap like 2 a minute. But I've posted enough Koji desserts to have me not done. Phoenix, you should know me by now. When it comes to Koji, Koji is love, Koji is life. Fermentation month is not a month. It is fermentation life. When I discovered Koji was the day my life changed. Life is BK and AK before Koji and after Koji. Screen maker. Oh my goodness. To be fair, I do want a Ninja Creamy. So if you'll forgive me and for that one, if that is an appropriate machine that is already on the list, does it have to be like an actual legit ice cream maker? Oh, I'm being very generous on these. He's gonna be packed. And you see like how little like skin there is on the edge. What time is dinner? My flight lands in about 30 minutes. You watching it? What you on a bougie flight that has Wi-Fi on board? Wow. Sign Can I be your friend? We are cooking, I don't know. I mean, I've got to wrap all these first. So the wrapping is gonna take another 45 minutes, I reckon. Um, you're in the States. Um, yes. But what was I saying? Yes, Ninja Creamy on the list. I've seen one too many like protein ice cream, etc. And I'm like, yes. But also like I think about it, I'm not an ice cream person, so I don't know why I'm so infatuated by the creamy. I'm like, is it just the idea of a creamy, not the actual creamy? I feel like there is also that. Thank God. You have a stuck butter. Um, but yes, dinner is undetermined because first no, I ripped the wrapper. Maybe I'm actually starting to get quite hungry, and I feel like if I go at this pace, I'm going to have a ha- hungry husbando as well. So I might swap to doing no folds in the gyoza just to speed things up. Is that I'm still being like way too generous. Maybe if I just make my gyoza smaller, that will also go way faster. I love how I like got as far as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 gyoza, and then I ran out of fucks again for folds. The record was 8. How did I do? Wait, did I do folds in my gyoza when I did the stream? I can't remember. I must have not done folds because I could not. Did I? Was I was I that saintly? Did I have that much brain space? I'm also thinking maybe I'd do like a wonton style and just like scrunch it. Could also work. Have like why am I got a runny nose now? Oh my god, why is life doing this to me? To be fair, when I did the gyoza stream, I was being very like stingy with the insides in order to not hate life. Because I would have hated life if I like filled it to the brim. Because that makes life so much more difficult trying to wrap. Not this time. 6 o'clock. I reckon dinner will be on the table by 7. Could use it to make things like straight frozen roast. Yeah. Yeah. Sorbets, amazing. Gelatos, amazing. Soft serve would be fab. Can you imagine? Soft serve on demand. Why is it that as soon as you do things like wrap gyoza or anything along those lines, your nose starts running and you're like itchy as nose? I had extra fucks because it was special week. Also, that I had saved up all of my fucks um for that 1 week, and then they ran out. Oh my god! No, I have a few that are breaking. It may be because it is getting a bit dry in here, so I might have to do a quick hold on. I may need to relegate these to the freezer as we go. I don't want them drying up and breaking and causing even more havoc. So, I'm like already dying after like not even 10 gears left. Maybe I have to have 10 gears left. Maybe I'm just a wuss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 11. I just have to recount there. Yeah. The broken ones are getting eaten today because they will not freeze well. So let me just make one more actually folded one because I have 9 in there and I feel like I deserve to have 10 folded gyoza in there. Why do I keep adding more filling? It's making life difficult. Yeah, it's so much easier when there's like the touch less. Three. I say that. That's not even folded. Oh. I just went from 8 folded gyoza to 9 folded gyoza. I just made it worse. So I'm just gonna put these in the freezer so they can get a head start on the freezing process. These guys I'm just gonna leave out because they're gonna get cooked today. I need a wetted paper towel for our gyoza wrappers because they are drying out. I'm gonna just got meat on them. Great. Good thing they're about to get meat on them. We resume the long journey. I always regret buying the 50 wrappers because, like, normally Japanese gyozas come in packs of 30 wrappers. But 30 always feels like I run through them way too quickly. So I'm always like, oh yeah, I'll just get the 50. It's better value and you know, I'll make more and it's better if you have more. I always regret it. I'm like, why? 50 just like breaks your soul. Whereas 30 is always like, yeah, that's a good amount of gyoza to make in one sesh. And but you just eat them too fast. So we are reducing the fucks required by not folding our gyoza. We are literally just pinching them closed. And hopefully that will see me through to the end of the stream. There is a ever not depleting pile of meat filling, which I hope is just haunting me and it's just going to suddenly go down. We shall see. 1, 2, 3. Nope, I can't. Come on. Why are you so scrappy? So yeah, we're just gonna keep on going. You tell me a story to keep me occupied. I am hungry. I think every like 5 or so, I'm gonna maybe every 10. Every 10, I'll put them in the freezer. So then I only have to do like 4 rounds of putting it in the freezer, and then I'll be done. Right? How it works. Is this stream naturally breaks and makes gyoza lasagna? Stay tuned. No. I mean, now that you've put the idea in my mind, Phoenix, you're tempting me. Is this? Are you the devil on my shoulder? Where you've booted the angel that wants to do gyoza, and you've just wrecking balled in with your suggestions. You're whispering thoughts. You are the snake that told Adam to eat the apple. You're just like, yeah, do it. So good. Just do it. I'm gonna sneeze. No, I will commit to the gyoza. I feel like if I don't do gyoza every now and again, I will forget how to do them, and then I'll bring shame upon my family. So I shall. Not particularly your shoulder, just general deviling. No need. No need for personal deviling, just in general. That's a flowery one. It's like white. Did you enjoy Warframe with the husband though this morning? Or in last evening for you? I feel like that's really junk. That's gonna be a junky boy. Did you thrash him? Or were you being nice? Teaching the young grasshopper how to play. Oh, that is a junky boy. I'm gonna close. Yes, if there is a will, there is a way. Beeping sounds. Hello! Cooked by Julia. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. Delayed reaction. Sorry. I don't have my notifications turned on. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, guys. Welcome, raiders. Hello, hello. How have you been? Have you been cooking? I am just in the midst of wrapping gyoza, so unfortunately I can't touch my screen, check anything. But welcome on in. We have been making different kinds of koji today. Made some garlic koji, onion koji, mushroom koji, ginger koji, cocoa koji, and now we are I'm using some of the koji that I made the other day and making dumplings now. You've been making wedding cakes this evening. Wow. Amazing. Hope that's been good. Flavor was it? Can you tell? Are you allowed to tell us? Top secret. Top secret wedding cakes. What are the most popular wedding cake flavors? Do people go for the classic? Chocolate vibes? Chocolate? What are classic chocolate cake flavors? Vanilla? Sponge? Chocolate? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've made 10. I can put them away. The when we go back to the UK, we've already decided well, we're not having a wedding when we're going back to the UK. We are going to be having a party. Um, so strictly not a wedding. It's going to be called It's Not a Wedding. But we've already decided. We know the bakery that we're getting our cake from, and we know the flavor already. Vanilla with raspberry and passion, vanilla with lemon syrup, lemon curd. Nice. They're like such like summery flavors, such fruity fun flavors. We are packing away our gyoza into boxes as to freeze them and store them for later. We follow lots of Insta. So in the UK, we live in Bristol, and there is a bakery called Artoots just around the corner from. Well, that's the fridge. Let's not put the gyoza in the fridge. Need to go in the freezer. Yes, we have a bakery called Allll. They do the most gorgeous cakes. And so definitely a cake from them. And they do an amazing orange cinnamon cake. It's usually like a winter seasonal, but I'm sure for wedding cakes. Well, it's not a wedding, but we're gonna maybe I'll use the wedding card for that one if they say we can't make it unless it's special. But they do an orange cinnamon cake, and it's the most divine thing in the entire universe. I don't know what it is. Like it doesn't even taste like orange and cinnamon, but it just tastes amazing. And so that is definitely one of the options that must make it onto the cake. I don't know what else. Um, I don't know if we have a tiered cake or whether we just have the one flavor or we just turn them into cupcakes. I don't know. But yeah, Our Toots is the name of the bakery. Um AHTOOTS, and it's in Bristol. So good. I love their cakes. Like it's such a like pick me up treat as well. Like they you can like buy the cakes by the slice as well. And it's amazing. It's so good. Like it's so pretty as well. And like there's no there's never been a cake that I've ordered from them like that's been like subpar. They have been amazing every time. Michael also really loves their courgette cake, which I think is lemon and courgettes. So good. Way to get your fiber day into a cake. You also do a chocolate beetroot cake. Also amazing. That's way too filled. Um, so good. The raspberry Danish latte with cream cheese. Yeah, they come up with the like most bonkers combinations that like are like, of course this cannot go wrong, but like absolutely bonkers good. Um, yeah, love their stuff, and we have the joy of living around the corner from them. So danger every day. You have to like behave ourselves every time we go past. We're like, nope, we've had our toots. We've had our toots for the day, the week. Must restrain from all the toots. Such a fun name as well. I love the vibe in there. It's so whimsical. You have like mismatched um cutlery and fun sofas and chairs and all that jazz. So good. Yes. Enjoy your party cake. Yes. Indeed. Yeah. We haven't even started planning it yet. We need to get through the first part that is the actual wedding that is coming up end of this month. And then we head back to the UK beginning of July, and then I can start planning the rest of my life among many things that need to be planned. Hee. No, I got you. I got you. And to be honest, I didn't even recognize the fact that you typed something wrong. I was just like, yes, I understand. Oh no, stabbed through. This pile over here is my like my wrappers that have broken. So I know to cook them tonight for dinner rather than freezing them because when you have broken wrappers in the freezer and freeze them, they just get a bit dry and funny. I bet you it's the carrots. Probably cut the carrots a little bit too big. and it's stabbing through the dumpling wrapper. And I wanted to keep them like slightly big so they didn't like. I didn't want them like super tiny cubes, so I cut them into little tiny matchsticks. But clearly, still a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. Good lord, why has the brain rot got me? Like I'm not even on the internet that much, and it's in my head. How do they get you? Do they get me in my sleep? Don't understand. But yes, very excited for more cake. When we get back, what would be everybody's perfect cake? Obviously, it doesn't have to be for a wedding, but what is the perfect cake? Is there such a thing as your perfect cake? 7. You're not Gen Alpha. I know, but they've got me. They've got me somehow. Like I don't even have Gen Alphas near me. I don't know how they get you. Like, I bet you they come for me in my sleep. They're just like, it's like brain rot BFG. Instead of like blowing nice dreams into your window, they just blow brain rot. Can you imagine? Gen 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 Alpha BFG blow blows brain rot into your dreams through your window. I love the BFG. The like in concept, extremely terrifying, but I love that book. Anybody read the BFG when they were little? Was I was I the BFG generation? Was anybody else Roald Dahl generation? White chocolate and raspberry, fun. Super buns, lots of blackberries. Yum. Sounds delicious. Yeah, I love a sweet and tart combo. Um, I lost. Is there a hole in that? Yes, there is a hole in that one. Never ending. It's one of those things with dumplings. Like the start and the middle takes ages, and then like it suddenly finishes before you know it. Italian cream cake. Unfortunately, not Italian at all. Oh, interesting. What is in Italian cream cake? Is it just like cream flavored? Or is there any other flavor involved? Sounds exciting. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, one more. One more, and we take a break to freeze these. Coconut, pecan, cream cheese. Oh my god, that sounds divine. Wait, what makes it quote unquote Italian? Is that Italian flavors? I feel like they don't sound like Italian flavors. Did an Italian make it? It was made of Texas. Did they call it Italian so to make it trendy? They were like, oh yes, if we call it Italian, people will be like, oh wow, so fancy. I will buy the Italian cake. Was it a marketing ploy? We are filling a box with another batch of dumplings. Hopefully they don't stick to each other, or else I will cry. But you know what? YOLO. Um, How many have we got left? We've definitely put at least two batches of 3 batches of 10 in there. So there should be 30 in here, which leaves us with like 20-ish. Is that enough for tonight? Dinners tonight? Yeah. The rest are going to be dinner, I think. So we can continue our wrapping. I'll have to Google that. That does sound really good. I don't think I've really like come across like the combination of pecan and coconut though. So sounds delicious. And cream cheese as well. How could you go wrong? Also, my wrappers are separating. How could they? So good. I wonder what Michael's like perfect cake is. I feel like he's going to say something really vanilla, like a chocolate fudge cake. Can you hear me? No. Flourless chocolate torte. Ooh, nice. My default chocolate cake when I bake chocolate cake is a chocolate gâteau, and it is pretty flourless. It's not completely flourless. It's a kind of meringue base. So it contains like maybe 2 tablespoons of flour. Um, but it is yummy. I love me a dense boy. Well, it's like fluffy dense, isn't it? It's like fudgy dense. Oh, so good. So love almond cakes. Anything made with almond flour, also very good. Um, when I was younger, my birthday cake request would always be a what are they called? Fraisier, which is a French cake, I believe, and it's like almonds and pistachios and strawberries. Um, and it used to be my favorite. Um, very good. I'm starting to see the bottom of the bowl, which is promising. We have not entered a alternate universe where the bowl never empties, which is good. One placing yourself those tiny pieces like terrible value from what actually aren't because you can only eat a bite or two a day because it's so dense, because it's so rich, because it secretly contains uh, a poison that will make you die if you eat more than a mouthful a day. Dense and rich, it's almost fudge. Ooh, does sound good. Why do I feel like that would not stop husbando from eating the whole thing anyway? Man's got such a sweet tooth, like concerningly so. I feel like if he had his way, he is straight headed to diabetes. But my lack of having anything sweet in the house is the only thing stopping him because I don't have a sweet tooth at all. Like I am a if I had to pick two courses out of the three, sometimes you go to a restaurant and it's like, oh, you can pick, dessert, mains and dessert, or starters and mains. I will always go starters and mains. Like I will almost never pick dessert if I had the choice. Like, not that I don't like sweet things, I just can't eat a lot of it. I get sick of sugar very fast. So I always um prefer savory. When my extended family was in town a few years ago, I bought a single slice of pasta, around 8 of them, and there was still some left over. Wow. Need to need to try this famous, like, it's almost like war rations. It's like you can have a tiny bit and it will fill you up for a day. Was it like Willy Wonka? Where it's like, no, that was a gum, wasn't it? That was like a gum that like changed flavor. Um, like you were having like a full course. But can you imagine like a single piece of this cake will sustain you for the whole day? Sounds crazy. Wonder what they put in it. Oh my god, the end is nigh. Thank fuck. We are almost there. It's not particularly filling, but the chocolate flavor is so intense and so heavy. It has rich mouthfeel. Had tiny bit satisfied. Wow, sounds so good. Well, if I ever find myself on the other side of the pond, I will have to hit it up. The end of the pile. Right, we have how many? Three. We've ended up with a little bit of excess meat. That's okay. I've kept myself sane throughout this process. So that's all that matters. Because honestly, I probably could have squeezed all of them across the wrappers, but honestly, not worth the reduction in quality of life. That is my wrapping experience. The rest will just go in a meatball or two on the side. Chef meatball for the chef. Nice. Voila. Last but not least. I'm not gonna overfill my dumplings for the sake of my quality of wrapping. Shoves more meat in. Right. Would you look at that? Done up with eggs tomorrow for breakfast. Exactly. We've got some English muffins on the side. Can make them into like little patties. Have a little breakfast sandwich each. I've got a really early morning tomorrow, so it'll be good to get some food in. Right, my fingers are craggly. Wash them. See if people are ready for food. And I shall. Oh, let's take a picture of these because these are technically also Koji. All hydration. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Hmm. Right. Let's take an ugly picture of the uncooked gyoza. Yeah. So many Koji, so many things for the fermentation round today. Does it need to be on? Wow. And then, right, we cook. Maybe I just put this into a smaller bowl. Put it in this bowl. Shove it in here. I think that just had some Koji in it, so she'll be right. Her reaction the other day was still the best when you had a honey water for hours and you basically just absorbed it. I did. I did. That was like the water tasted sweet. And I was like, this is what people feel like when they're in like deserts and they're like in those films and they're like lost and they have their first sip of water. It's like sweet Jesus. I'm like, yes, that is precisely what I'm feeling, just on a smaller scale, but absolutely right. Meaty fingers, washed. Right. Now we cling film this for tomorrow. Did I need this to be in a bowl? Could I have just wrapped this? Oh yeah, I should probably just wrap it. It's probably more sealed that way. Little bowl for tomorrow. Full of meat. And we cook. We cook. And we cook. How are we cooking these pan fried steamed? We are pan frying. Fresh is always best pan fried, I feel. You get the crispiest cook when you're pan frying, in my opinion. Well, when it's fresh, that is. Because there's no excess moisture floating about um from the freezing process. Gonna give everything a once. Clear everything up. You're out of fuck steaming is easy. That is true, but like the flavor difference, the increase in goodness that comes from pan fried outweighs the lack of fucks. I think also these are not the right kind. Like I don't mind shumai steamed because the wrappers are thinner, but gyoza wrappers just are a bit thicker and they just lend so much nicer to being pan fried. So we are pan frying. Um, oh, which pan is it gonna be? Is it this one? Yes, this one. One nice and tight. Wrong lid. Oh, lid? Yes. Right. Let me check. I'm probably going to do some shredded cabbage on the side. Oh, that's olive oil. What? Dipping sauce? Well, I kind of need to taste them first. Um, which is the long and the shorter bit. Yeah, that's enough oil. The dipping sauce will entirely depend on how the flavor of the inside is. I very much winged. Probably should have tasted the dipping, but I think we have a bit of fish sauce, nook jam left over from another thing, so I could do that. Um, What have we got in there at the moment? We've got Koji, mirin, soy. So it's very Japanese flavors in there. So we might just do a classic vinegared soy dipping sauce. I really need to pee. All that water, clearly. You fed me good, hydrated me good. Let me just be right back. Sodium infused in its tank. The lid is blocking the view. Oh, sorry. Okay, there's nothing exciting yet. Just oil. Right. Ooh, hands are still soapy. How's Bubs doing? Cannot see. Confusing. Smells amazing in there. Oh, right, let's turn that up. See, these are like they don't really have like real bottoms, so you kind of just have to lean up against each other. Isn't he playing Warframe? What's he doing? He's stalking him. Stalking him on Steam. Oh, I thought that these will fit. Come on. Scoot up. This is gonna be the prettiest little Goethe circle if I ever did see. If I have my way, that is. Tuck it. Yep, tuck it. Up, tuck up. Oh, I'm so close to perfection. It's gonna be like one disc. Exoprimal. Is that the one where you have to like try and make life out of nothing by like combining things? Such great descriptions. Okay, I think. Yes. Aha. And the foldy one can go in the middle. Brilliant. Oh, that one. Yes. I do know which one is referring to. Let's turn it around so we have like a view of the such pretties. There's such aesthetic. Now we must make a slurry of approximately like 50 mils of slurry. Where is our cornstarch? I'm gonna give this one a skirt. Wish me luck. Spoon. Spoon, spoon. I can never remember if the slurry goes in now or later. Uh, what was that? In Japanese, it's called hane, which means wings. It's gyoza wings, rather than it being called a skirt. Um, does the mm, over monetized game? Oh wow! Mm, apparently, you want a lot of water, like 150 mils of water. That's more water than I've ever put in my gyoza, but sure thing. And we want flour. Apparently, not not. To be fair, that makes sense because cornstarch would make it gummy. You don't want gummy. We are putting a tablespoon of flour in water. So just into delicious flour water. Good soup. Trying to get the lumps out so we don't have lumps. Right. And we go in. It feels like a lot, but in the picture it is drowning. And so we just let them bubble for approximately 8 minutes. Oh, too much. Basically, we want to come up to a boil and then reduce. One thing I like about Warframe, you can put money in the game if you want, but there's enough loot you can trade to other players' currency, get paying for it. You don't have to. Nice. That's a good system. Right. We will just then. Okay. So basically, we boil this in its own flour juices for 10 minutes. And then you drizzle sesame oil around the outside. Lid on again. Let the sesame oil go around. Off the lid and wait till it goes crispy. And then flip on. Flip on to a plate. Nice. Okay. Right. In the meantime, let us cut some cabbagios. See, I've just realized I've done 2 days in a row of like a wrapped fried thing and cabbage. Such repertoires. Where's the cabbage? Here's the cabbage. Such range. Okay. All is well if it tastes good. In my books. So, except for designer designed fashion items which cash only security get pay up. Fair enough. Right. We are doing Yelled shredded cabbage because it is easy, it is fresh, and it is good. Fuck off massive cabbage. Is this clean again? I wasn't here. Koji. Mm, About 1 leaf per person is about a good aim. What is a really good? That's such a good idea. Like, give back to the people. This one. Oh, wait, hold on. Bush. Inside cabbage is always pretty clean, isn't it? I'm not gonna bother too hard with the this one. I'm just going to brush and roll. With that. I'm gonna go as fine shred as my brain cells allow. Shredded cabbage. Shredded cabbage. One day I will be able to cut them as finely as they do in the restaurants. Today is not the day. I bet they use like an actual shredding machine to shred the cabbage at restaurants. I feel like those cabbages are like insanely well shredded. Mm. Right. Crunching. How long have you been playing Warframe for then? Michael was telling me how it was a 13-year-old game, I think. How long have you been playing of those? Six years. Wow. Solid. I don't know if I've done anything for. To be fair, I've danced for 6 years. That's probably about it, to be fair. And I've managed to hang out, stick around with Michael for more than 6 years. It's about the list of things I can do. I've done for any prolonged amount of time. Started crocheting, don't remember when. Enough. Nice. Cabbage. Shredded. Right. Our gyozas are looking very sus, bubbling away, but we trust the process. I was meant to like have it steaming. 2,500 hours. Oh my god. Insane. Michael is being such a gremlin right now. He's gaming in the dark. Wow. The sun went down. The sun went down and you didn't move is what I'm hearing. Just filling up my water. BRB. Right. We are chopping board number 2. Sort out the dishwasher. Oh, hello. Caught me. Caught me off guard. Right, and then what? And then what? And then take off. We want a drizz of sesame oil around the edges. Donde sesame oil? Not sesame. So many jars. Dashi. Sesame oil. What am I doing? I am drizzling sesame oil around the edges. Give it a shimmy. Okay. I don't know if I can do that. Okay. Drizzed. Heat off. And then we go medium heat until it goes golden and crispy. Sorry, I've done the thing again. Here you go. It's been Marinda's job for the last few years. It's kind of to be expected. Yes, that is true. Right. Dishwasher, dishwasher. Bubbling, bubbling, bubbling away. Right. There you go. Smells good. Delicious. Amazing. The work-life ratio, I know. I feel like there are some places that are good, but you still need to commit a lot of life to it to make it work. I do feel that. Are we going? We're slowly getting there, I think. I'll say America's great about it either, just because more we don't pay enough people to survive. Yeah. That's one thing. Like Japan is a very affordable place to live. It doesn't mean the wages are that great, but it's livable even on the lowest of wages, um, as opposed to the UK and and the States, where the livable wage is not minimum wage. I feel. Um, I feel like it's still going to be a while before this actually gets to like the correct consistency. Like it's gonna still be a while. Need to find like a. Also, I need to find the handle to this. I will not be able to flip this otherwise. Where handle? Still water bubbling. It will get there eventually. Like this side is starting to get crispy. Um, oh, missed. I missed. And I like swished around. Like it's getting there. Like for sure, for sure. It's on the right track. I think when I think when I like drizzled in the flour water, I didn't do it very evenly. I kind of drizzled it on one side. It is going. Oh, yeah, it has released. It's exciting. I want it to burn though. I also like was like very like it is a lot of gyoza in the pan, so it probably didn't give it enough room to like make a skirt. Not gonna lie. Right. Let me find a good plate to flipperoo this onto. Are you gonna be good? Oh, no, I don't know if you're big enough. Is this the right size? Hmm. Yes. Just. I think you're gonna fit. Looks like a gyoza flour. Yes, it does. Right. I am scared of burning you. I wanna like get it off while I'm winning, you know? Okay. Okay. I'm committing. I wanna film this. For for what I do not know. Also have like no plans on how to do this. Wait. Cameras on this side. Right. Video. Is this camception? Absolutely. Let's go. Right. Uh, much, much terror. Are we ready? But, oh, okay. Slightly off center, but you know what? I don't think it's gonna. Oh, yes. Ta-da! Is there any semblance of good under there? Me? Is it still a win? Absolutely. Slight dribble on the side. It's okay. Let me put this down where we go. So it won't end up on the floor. Yeah. Let's do some damage control. There's oil everywhere. How? I do not know. Seeing all the matter. The image of oh, voila. Yes, yes, yes. Just yelling at me. And that is it from me. Hang on, let's take a good. I feel like I need to pick up a piece for it to even be known what it is. Turn off the fan so I can hear the crisp, hopefully. Oh, right. Pineapple teeth. I think what I gained in crispy skirt is that they're all stuck together because I squeezed them in so much. But here we have it. It's gonna be so hot. Mm, mm. Almost doesn't need a sauce, not gonna lie. I think it just needs like a lemony, lemony or vinegar sauce. This is quite rich because I used beef and pork mixed mince pork. Just because it's usually made with just pork, so the crispy bottom. I'm literally just gonna do lemon. No, I have a plum vinegar. Yeah, plum vinegar and plum vinegar. Maybe just plum vinegar and taste that. Yeah, that's got a bit of salt on it already. Basically, gonna make a ponzu. It looks like. To take the edge off the plumness of it. So here's my interest. This is mine. Yeah, delish. So good. We are gonna go eat this while it is hot. Wait, I should have left half of it to dip in the sauce, but I know that's gonna taste good. Is fun up. Lucky Munch, thank you for sticking around. Gyoza, gyoza, gyoza. See you next time. Bye. We are finished. Dinner is served. Please degremlin yourself.